Hi, this is Kerry Artek with Wicked Stocks, bringing you the daily Tesla report for Thursday, September 22nd, 2022. By the way, please click like and subscribe each and every time you watch this video series. It helps us out a great deal with our YouTube web presence. Let's take a look. I'll just remind you of the big picture still, despite yesterday's key reversal high, which I'll get to in a moment. The 282.88 represents mid to longer term support, and above which 334.32 is expected by the end of October or sooner. So we could fall back to 282.88 over the next week or two, day or two, and by the end of October still in reach of 334.32. So that is the big picture. Now for the day itself, let's see, I'll talk about this a bit. This is our intermediate support at 299.48. Now, yesterday we put out a new, it wasn't a new high that took out the August high, but it was the new high following the previous low from a couple of weeks ago in early September. And that we closed below Tuesday's low. So that's the key reversal. Outside day, closed below Tuesday's low. That is generally a sign of weakness, but I do think 299.48 will have something to say about whether we can expect follow-through selling. I would prefer to use that as our downward pivot point, not only for the day, but into next week. 299.48 could contain selling for the week itself, and above which that 334.32 target expected by the end of October is likely to be realized over the next 2 to 3 weeks. Now, if we do break or open today below 299.48, I have 294.47 as an intraday target. And if we close today below 299.48, I think tomorrow we probably would test this longer-term channel bottom at 282.88, which could contain selling through October, and from here we can turn back up to 334.32 by the end of October, as I said at the beginning of the audio. Now, if we were to close below 282.88 in the coming days, then as I've been saying, I have, this is on the weekly chart, 258.38 as our next really 1 to 2 week at the most objective. 258.38, if tested over the next, few weeks, can absorb selling also through October, perhaps into later year, and is our downward pivot point into later year. Not until we close below 258.38 am I comfortable anticipating longer-term bearish continuation down to the 191.05 channel bottom again, which we tested in May, and could test again by the end of the year if over the next few weeks we happen to close below 258.38. I'm giving you the big picture here. There's no point in doing it as obviously if we're just day trading this market. So let's get back to the day itself. Here's another view of 299.48. Able to contain weekly selling pressures, and above which 334.32 expected. Closing below 299.48, however, would signal 282.88. Now, upside today, I could have put that here. Where is it? I did make note of it. 305.58 is yesterday's low, the day before low. Tuesday's low. It does offer intraday resistance. If we push through 305.58, 310.67 is likely again. Now this longer term 50% retracement has been containing buying pressures pretty well. Do I have it noted anywhere? Here we are, yeah. 310.67 is 50% of AB, A being the November high against the more recent May low. And you can see here that it's performed well in containing buying pressures so far. But the day that we close above it, and it could be today, if we close above 310.67, I think by the end of next week, we are likely to reach that 334.32 channel top, where we could top out not only through October, but perhaps the rest of the year. On the way up, if we close above 310.67, I give it another day or two before testing 325.31, which I have here as a session containment level. That is that former series of lows roughly going back to last April. It can contain daily buying pressures, but I think closing about 310.67 should be our upward pivot enough where by the end of next week, 334.32 in reach. Once again, all that is a moot point if we close today below 299.48. I would then expect the next day to 3 days, somewhere in there, to retest the 282.88 channel bottom, where we could bottom out through October and once tested, rally back to 334.32 over that time horizon. I don't think there's really anything else that needs to be said for today's Daily Tesla Report. Please click like and subscribe every time you watch. I really appreciate it, and we will talk tomorrow.